It's the year of the rabbit, the marathon marathoner, the dog-saving drone, and an epic search for a missing cat.
Over here! Hey, listen up!
Newsy Paloozy! Hello and welcome to Newsy Paloozy, the only world news pool for kids.
And adults like it too.
I'm your host, Leela Shivshankar Prickett. I'm joined by the big story explainer and sound effects finder, otherwise known as my...
Leela's mom. Or, just call me Lindy.
This week, we decode the Chinese New Year of the rabbit, of course, along with a special report on celebrations in Taipei. Down under in Australia, a marathon runner defies belief by running back-to-back marathons for, well, you'll just have to listen to hear how many, and trust me, it's a shocker. In the UK, a superwoman uses her drone power to help save lost dogs. And in Bolivia, the whole country is on alert for a cat that went missing in an unusual place, with an unusual search underway to find the feline. Alrighty then, let's dive on in. First up, it's
the big news story
of the week.
Well, it's that time of year when a quarter of the world is getting ready to party.
Party! That's right. This Sunday, January 22nd, is the Chinese New Year.
Happy New Year to 2 billion people, mostly in Eastern Asia, but also in Chinatowns all over the world, celebrating the New Year based on the Chinese lunar calendar.
The lunar calendar is based on the cycles of the moon, and that's why it's not a set date.
According to Britannica Encyclopedia, it begins with the first new moon of the lunar calendar.
As in a little sliver of a moon.
Yeah, and then it ends with the first full moon, 15 days later.
It's also called the Spring Festival, and yes, that means there is a lot of spring cleaning. Fun!
About 10 days before the beginning of the new lunar year is a custom called sweeping of the grounds.
The cleaning is set to remove any bad luck that might be lingering or hanging around inside.
For more on how this holiday is being celebrated, let's cut across to our Taiwan correspondent, Yuqing Liu, who's in the capital, Taipei, standing by to tell us more.
Before the Chinese New Year, we will clean up our house thoroughly. It's super exhausting. And then my mom will take me to buy some new clothes, shoes, cookies, and candies for the Chinese New Year. On Chinese New Year's Eve, we will go back to our hometown to have a reunion dinner with our families. It's always the best meal of the year. After the reunion dinner, we will sit, chat together, play some games, or go to the night market. After that, we will stay up late praying for the longer life of our parents. After the midnight of Chinese New Year's Eve, we will fire the firecrackers to celebrate the new coming year. I am so excited that I will get at least 8 red envelopes which are filled with money during Chinese New Year. And that's how I celebrate the Chinese New Year in Taiwan. Happy New Year! I wish you good luck in the year of the rabbit. 新年快乐，兔年行大运. In Taipei, I'm Yuqing Liu reporting for Newsy Paloozy.
Thanks so much, Yuqing. As ever, we love to hear how you and your family celebrate. Happy Year of the Rabbit! So the question is, why do the Chinese use animals to represent a new year?
It's actually based on an old Chinese tale about a god called the Jade Emperor, who wanted 12 animals to be his guards. Well, that inspired what became known as the Great Race, because the earlier one went through the heavenly gate, the better the ranking they would have as a heavenly guard. They're known as the 12 zodiac signs.
On your marks, get set, go!
And you'd think the fast rabbit was first, right?
But no, it was the rat.
Yep, the rat jumped on the back of an ox to cross a gushing river.
Clever rat.
Totally. The ox was second, and the tiger just beat out the rabbit. The rabbit who came fourth is believed to be the luckiest of all 12 animals, representing peace and prosperity. People born in the year of the rabbit are said to be calm and peaceful, avoiding fights and conflict. And in fact, 2023 is predicted to be a year of hope.
I hope so. Get what I did there?
Oh yeah, moving on.
Are we ready to play ball?
Sports news.
So, Leela,
So, Mama,
do you know what a marathon is?
a lot of running.
And when you say a lot, you mean?
Like many miles.
Okay, try 26 miles.
Wow.
That's almost 42 kilometers. And do you know the story behind that crazy long race?
Not really, except it's ancient history, right?
Right, ancient Greek history, in fact. The story goes that a herald or messenger was sent from the city of Marathon to Athens to announce a Greek battle victory against the Persian army.
And let me guess, Marathon City was 26 miles from Athens?
Bingo! Well, the messenger ran as fast as he could, giving the message, and then, the story goes, he died on the spot.
And why do people run marathons today?
Well, they pace themselves a lot better today and do a lot of training before starting one, of course. But one Australian athlete, Urchina Murray Bartlett, decided one marathon a day wasn't enough.
Let me guess, she did 10 days of marathons in a row?
Higher.
20?
Like a lot higher.
No, not 100.
No, try 150 consecutive marathons.
Bonker brains! I mean, really impressive, but still.
The 32-year-old ran 3,900 miles. That's a marathon every day for 150 days along Australia's coastline, through rainforest, on highways and dirt roads, sometimes in rain, sometimes in 95-degree heat, all to prove she could do it and to set a world record and raise awareness about the extinction of many of Australia's plants and animals.
Wow, that's perseverance, but also kind of bonker brains. What's that? I'll tell you what, that's the halftime bell, which means it's time to hear what's making news around the rest of the world. Hold on tight, it's
Around the World in 80 seconds.
Hold
China is the most populous country on Earth, but maybe not for long, as the national birth rate, as in the number of new babies born every year, hits a record low. Who could replace China? India, of course. In the Central American country of Guatemala, scientists discover, thanks to laser technology, a massive Mayan site under a rainforest dating back well over 2,000 years. And when I say massive, I'm talking around 650 square miles, or 1,700 square kilometers. For the first time ever, Oxford Dictionary asks children to select their word of the year. Believe it or not, it's queen. Happy and chaos were runners-up, and the top slang word of 2022 for British kids was cool. And beware of falling iguanas in the U.S. state of Florida. Yes, those cold-blooded animals that like to sleep in trees have a tendency to drop to the ground when the temperature falls. They might look dead, but never fear. It's just their frigid and kind of funny dormant pose they adopt while trying to stay warm.
Well, Thank you so much for that. Oh, what's making headlines elsewhere in the world, Mama?
Anytime, Leela. Nice to have you back in fine health and super fast speed.
You're telling me. So, Mama, give me a few reasons why someone might use a drone.
For photography, like at weddings or sporting events. And farmers even use them to spray pesticides over their fields, if you please.
Never mind as a toy. I mean, it would be cool to fly one. But I bet you can't imagine what one selfless woman has been doing with her drone in England. Here's a clue. Kindness Corner.
Cool.
They did what?
Seriously?
What?
How cool is that?
No way.
Cool.
Yes, using a drone just for good. Here with this story about a dog-loving British woman with a drone is our South England correspondent Jackson Hosking.
Well, take it away, Jackson.
Thanks, you guys. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Or is it a superwoman drone? Yes, Erica Hart is a dog lover that's been called a real-life superwoman for using her excellent drone operating skills to rescue animals. It's almost like an action movie. First, she hears of a lost pup. Then she fires up her drone, sends it into the air, and stealthily tracks down the pooch. Finally, she tells the desperate, eager owners where their beloved pup is, and suggests the best spot to meet it, without scaring it. She saved over 200 pups in 7 years. That's like 30 in 1 year, or 3 every single month. Impressive. And she does it all for free, even though she has to put petrol in her car to find a pooch, or even pay to recharge or repair her drone. She says the comments on social media about her efforts make her go to bed with a smile. The world could really do with more people like her, don't you think? But I'm not gonna drone on about it. Get it? In the south of England, I'm Jackson Hosking, reporting for Newsy Paloozy.
Nice one, Jackson. Your story last week was good too, but you really surprised us without using a pun at the end. I'm glad you're back to your punny self.
And finally, let's see what the Lucky Dip machine has in store for us this week.
Step right up.
Have a go at the Lucky Dip machine.
The Lucky Dip machine.
What's it going to be today, eh?
An oddball, no doubt.
An oddball, no doubt.
Well, this story takes the saga of missing luggage to a whole new level, let me tell you.
Oh man, missing or worse, lost luggage is no fun, I can tell you.
Well, missing your bathing suit or your favorite t-shirt for days is nothing compared to this. Cue the music, Mama. Once upon a time, just the other day, a woman in the South American country of Bolivia went on a flight with her cat. But the government-owned airline, BOA, wouldn't let her hold the cat in a carrier. Oh no, they said the tabby cat must go in the hold of the plane with the luggage. When the plane landed, her pet was nowhere to be found. Poor woman, I can't imagine how she felt. I would be crazy if I lost my cat. Well, the whole country is now following the story, which has prompted criticism of the state airline. So it wasn't just the airport authorities trying to find Tito, the cat, but firefighters were brought in too. But that's not all. Even an interspecies communicator was asked to help. In other words, an animal psychic. Yes, Bolivian authorities have enlisted the help of a psychic to communicate with the cat, somehow across the mystic airwaves of psychic energy, I guess. But jokes aside, sadly, Tito has yet to be tracked down. So maybe all cat lovers should send Tito and his human some good cosmic energy in hopes of a reunion.
Maybe the English drone lady should hop on a plane and go and help.
Sure, as long as she takes it as carry-on.
And it's time to wrap up the podcast with the top 5 facts heard today. Fab fact number 1.
Sunday, January 22nd, is the Chinese New Year, also called the Spring Festival, the date of which changes every year because it's based on what? the lunar calendar, as in the cycles of the moon, or specifically the first spring of the new lunar year.
Fab fact number 2.
Before the Chinese New Year is a custom called sweeping the grounds. In other words, a big clean, which is thought to get rid of what? Bad luck.
Fab fact number 3.
This will be the Chinese New Year of the Rabbit, which symbolizes what? Luck, peace, and prosperity.
Fab fact number 4.
An Australian woman breaks world records by running 150 marathons in a row every day. How long is a marathon? 26 miles, almost 42 kilometers.
Fab fact number 5.
From what country is the original marathon said to have taken place? Ancient Greece. And don't forget, if you want to test yourself later on, then go to our Lucky Dip page of our website. That's newsypooloozy.com. That's pooloozy as in a swimming pool. Pooloozi. And take this quiz online in your own time.
I repeat, PLOLLOZI.com. And that almost brings us to the end of this episode of Newsy Paloozy. But first,
we have to play catch up on the amazing reviews you've been leaving all over for us. We'll do 2 a week until we catch up.
yes, thank you, Asha Takar. I hope I pronounced that properly. Who wrote, I love your show. Leela and Lindy, you are such a good pair. Keep up this awesome show. Aw, thank you.
Why, thank you very much. And also to CAU, who wrote, and I'm paraphrasing a bit here, I just started listening and I really love it. And I'm only on my 2nd episode. Gosh, you guys, thank you.
Thank you.
We are complete dorks. But really, not only do these words keep us going, but the reviews also help others find us, so they mean a ton.
So what are you waiting for? Why not join in and leave a review?
We'll read it out loud if you do. Eventually, we do get through them all, I promise.
Alrighty then. See you next week in the Happy Splashy Giant Newsy Paloozy.